Hi everybody and welcome to Golden Hour Show about living your best life. Today I'd like to talk to you about the benefits of CBD oil and talk about my first experiences using it. So if you'd like to hear all about it, keep watching. Now, it wasn't too long ago that you couldn't get CBD oil anywhere, and now you pretty much can go into a gas station or a Bed Bath & Beyond and find CBD oil. So today, let's talk a little bit about the benefits. I'm not going to go over all of them. I'm just going to pick out a few, and then I'm going to tell you about the product I tried and my first experiences with it. So CBD oil that's sold locally in stores that you can walk into the mall and get has to have less than 0.3% THC, and THC is the part of the plants that gives you that high. So CBD oil doesn't do that. As someone who's never used marijuana, I wanted to try something that could give me the benefits but not the high. And I had been looking into it for a long time, and people have been recommending it, and it took me a long time to jump on the CBD oil bandwagon. But here are some of the benefits. So one thing is that the human body produces its own cannabinoids, and it has two receptors for cannabinoids. When you take CBD oil, you are actually triggering these receptors. CBD oil has been linked to lowering inflammation in the body, and as you know, inflammation is the cause of many diseases, arthritis and diabetes and heart disease and Alzheimer's. There's just so many diseases that inflammation is linked to. And CBD has been shown to reduce inflammation, thus helping out some of those other illnesses. The CBD oil is not approved by the FDA, or at least the one that we get at the stores isn't. So, they can't claim all these health benefits, but it's been linked to helping with Alzheimer's, and Alzheimer's is a disease that's caused by inflammation. It has been linked to helping cancer patients with pain management, as well as stopping the spread of tumors. But all of these things are not claims we can make. It's just one of those things that you take it and see what ailments it helps you with. In terms of anxiety, it is shown to help people with a lot of anxiety disorders, including PTSD, general anxiety disorder, panic disorders, social anxiety disorders, and OCD. It has also been linked to stopping the progression of Alzheimer's. Now, I was very interested in trying it because I have some pain that has been ongoing and persistent in my shoulders, and I also have an anxiety disorder. I have OCD fairly badly, and though I never hoped for a cure for the OCD, impossible to cure, I was hoping that it would alleviate some of the OCD symptoms, maybe shut down the overthinking, and even help with sleep. So I went down to our mall. We have a Seventh Sense Botanical Therapy store, and I picked up this 1 ounce of the vanilla bean flavored CBD oil. I purchased it in the 500 milligram strength. Now, no one was really able to tell me how much of this to take. It's not regulated. They really don't have that kind of information. It says a dropper full. I even called the company, and they basically said, it really depends on weight. So when I went down there, this is what the lady told me. She said to try a smaller amount since you've never tried it before. So basically, all you do, for me, the normal person takes a full dropper full. I go all the way down 0.25, put it under your tongue. You're supposed to let it sit under there for a minute because I guess the receptors under your tongue are better. I'm not sure the technical reason. and then that's it. Now, she told me never to go over a full dropper full, but again, you try it out, see how you feel. If you need more, you take more. I usually take a quarter of a dropper in the morning and a quarter of the dropper full at night, and that's still half the dosage. So basically, if you take one dropper full a day, it's a 30-day supply. If you take what I take, which is the equivalent of a half a dropper full a day, you're going to get 2 months out of it. And some days I only take a quarter of a dropper once a day, and so I would get 4 months out of it if I did that every day. But it's basically, for the average person, it's a 30-day supply, but I don't think you need a whole dropper full. Let me go over the ingredients in this, and then I'll tell you my take on it. So I need to use my phone to magnify the box because I'm old. So the ingredients are fractionated coconut oil, which is the MCT oil, hemp-derived CBD, and vanilla flavoring, but there are other flavorings and there's non-flavored. The back of the label tells you when it was manufactured and when it was tested. It also tells you, breaks down the calories. It has 1 gram of fat, hemp-derived CBD, a proprietary blend. It has 1.75% CBD, 0% THC in it. The day that I took the first quarter of a dropper full, I didn't have a lot of sleep the night before, so I was very, very upset, agitated. Things were getting to me. And I took a quarter of that, and within minutes I was just out. I was so tired and nothing bothered me. I couldn't even move. Again, at night, I take it, about a half hour to an hour before I want to go to sleep, and it really knocks me out. During the day, I think it depends on how hyper you are. I tend to be a very hyper individual. So there was one particular day where everything was heightened for me, where I actually took 4 quarter droppers full. So I actually took a whole dropper full that day. But for the most part, I take a quarter once a day or twice a day, and it really, really takes that edge off. It's not going to get rid of your anxiety, or at least it didn't get rid of mine. It doesn't get rid of the OCD, but it does give you a little bit of relief from overthinking, and it tones things down a little bit. It takes that heightened level, that excitability, and brings it down. So when I want to go and I want to be fun and lively, like for my 40th reunion, I did not use that first because it really, really makes me tired. And that is one of the side effects people complain about with CBD oil. Some people say tiredness, but that's all the more reason, if you have trouble sleeping, why this is a great product. I am going to continue buying it. I haven't tried any other brands yet. I'm sure I will down the road. This was my first try. Again, it's 7th Sense Botanical. You can only buy, I believe, the 500 and maybe the 1,000 milligrams in person, maybe the 15, I'm not sure. You cannot buy the 250. You have to order that because they don't carry anything that low. And they also have another blend that I believe has THC in it, but that you have to order directly from the website. They do not sell it in store because I don't believe it's legal to sell it in Connecticut. So give it a try if you're anxious. It sure worked for me. It helps with my sleep, and it is so much better than taking medicines for these things. It's natural, and I know people can say, well, hemlock was natural too, and look what it did to Socrates. But this isn't going to hurt you. So many people take it, and I haven't noticed any side effects except for the tiredness, which is what I want. In the future, I'm going to go back there and I'm going to try the muscle rub, which is something I want to use for my shoulder. I don't notice a significant amount of pain reduction taking this. So I think the muscle rub is going to do better for me, but this does help with sleep, does help with anxiety. So give it a whirl. And if this video helped you in any way, share, like, comment below. Let me know what your experience with CBD oil is and whether you like it. I would love to hear, and I would love to know any other brands that you've used that perhaps I can try. So have a wonderful day and go get your shine on.